I have filled my Kindle Unlimited library, so let's talk about that. Hi, bookish besties. I hope you're doing well. My name is Soph. If you have not been here before, I hope you stick around. Today, I'm going to be talking through my Kindle Unlimited TBR because I have used every single space that you can to rent books from Kindle Unlimited, and I'm really trying recently to make the most of my subscription because I've been paying for a while now and I definitely don't use it as much as I should. So I'm just going to show you what is currently in my library. There are, of course, so many other books that I have my eyes on, and things do kind of come in and out of my library. But let's talk about what is going on in there right now. So first up, we have a Frida McFadden book, which is Dear Debbie, which I believe came out in March. I'm not really sure. So this follows Debbie, who has a advice column in a magazine or a newspaper, and she spent years giving other housewives advice on their husbands or lives, where they're being ignored or belittled, sometimes even abused by their husbands. And she thinks enough is enough. There's weird things going on with her daughters, her husband is keeping secrets, and she's decided to take her own advice. I love Frida's writing. I find it so easy to read. Her thrillers and mysteries always catch me. Like, I never know what's happening. Sometimes you can like kind of predict, but she throws so many red herrings in, and she's so good at writing the red herrings that you really think like, is that what's gonna happen, or have I just made this up? Because I don't even know. So very much looking forward to that one. I then have Your Knife, My Heart by K.M. Morinova. I did actually start this one, but it's the dark romance, and I wasn't really in the mood for dark romance at the time. But from what I remember, it follows a world where there is this program called the Underground, where criminals basically get like taken on board and trained to do some kind of government work. And that the love interest is like psychotic, and he often ends up with dead partners. And our girl, I don't know what she's done, but she has been brought into this society underground to do the government's work, and she is paired up with him. I don't know how it goes on. I didn't read too much into it before I started, but that is the general consensus of the like 2 chapters that I did read. Like I said, it is a dark romance. Please read the triggers. I just wasn't feeling dark romance at the time. We then have Nightshade by Autumn Woods, which is a dark academia book that I have been really wanting to read. I don't know why I keep not picking it up. It's only like 344 pages as well. And the tagline is Mystery, Murder, Revenge. Welcome to Sorrow Song University. He'd burn the world down for her, but she plans to burn his to the ground. Do I even need to say more about that? It's based in the Scottish Highlands. This university only works with students from the most powerful families. Our main character does not belong, but she receives a rare scholarship that grants her the perfect opportunity to investigate her parents' accidental death near the castle grounds. Things get off to a rocky start when she runs afoul of the mystery Alex Corbo Green, son of her prime suspect. As far as she's concerned, he's just a younger version of his billionaire father, a monster hiding beneath a beautiful facade. When an unknown tormentor begins to stalk Ophelia, she realizes she may not be able to survive Sorrow Song on her own, and Alex becomes her unexpected ally and alibi for murder. There is so much going on right there. I've stopped reading. There is a bit more, but I don't want to ruin it for myself. I might actually have to make this my next read. We then have Throne of Ice and Blood by Marion Blackwood, which is book 2 in the Flame and Thorns series. I really enjoyed the first book. The first book followed our main character Selena, who lives in a world where dragon shifters are the elite and everyone else is like below them, and they host these trials once every so often. I can't quite remember when, and the winner is said to be able to be granted one wish? I can't remember if you get a wish or if you get the chance to leave this kingdom and start a life somewhere else away from the shackles of the dragon shifters, or if she wants to use her wish for that prize. But there is a shifter who will not leave her alone and will not stop sabotaging her chance of winning these trials. So yeah, this is part 2. There was a bit of a like twist at the end, which was crazy, and I'm really excited to carry on with the series. I just for some reason have not picked it up yet. Next up, we have On Wings of Blood by Briar Berlin. This, I have actually started this one. I'm currently recording a vlog and I'm reading it in this video. Again, I've only read a few chapters, but it follows our main character who is a half fae, and she ends up in a school full of high blood vampires, and she is, or is believed to be, the last of the dragon riders. This is what the vampires tell her. She has no idea what they're talking about. They also say that there are no dragons left in the world, so her ability or like role is pretty useless, but she's basically been captured by the high blood vampire prince and is now his betrothed. That all happens within the first like chapter, by the way. So I don't know where it goes from there, but it's very exciting. It's based in an academy. It's called the Blood Wing Academy, where she is now being forced to attend. She has to go to the classes, and yeah, that's basically all I know so far, but I'm really enjoying it. Then we have Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. I know that a lot of people have loved this book, and I feel like I'm going to love this book. So this follows Alexis, who has been admitted into the Spartan War Academy, where she will have to survive and claim her birthright, which is immortality. Immortality is a privilege one earned in the crucible of the academy, where the heroes are villains and classrooms battlegrounds. While gladiators Achilles and Petro, her demanding mentors, hone her into a warrior, Augustus and Charon, her professors, and the brooding heirs to the underworld haunt her steps and her thoughts. And it says here there's dark romance, why choose, touch her and die, post-apocalyptic world, animal companions with lots of opinions. Love that. Fourth Wing. I loved Fourth Wing so much because of Ten's opinions in her head. We then have Anathema by Kerry Lake. This is a big book, which is probably the reason why I haven't picked it up yet. But from what I can tell, it's like a paranormal romantasy book. It's described as a full-length gothic dark fantasy, and it's the first book in the Eaton Woods duology, perfect for readers who enjoy a plot-heavy and atmospheric story with a unique magic system, slow burn romance, and a touch of horror. Love that. And it says here, only the banished know what lies beyond the woods. There are whispers about what lurks in which now, the forest where sinners go to die. The villagers call it the Eaton Woods because what's taken is never given back. Only those who've lost their senses would dare to go near it, or the banished. Mavis Bromwick knows better than to breach the misty labyrinth of trees. But a tragic turn of events compels her beyond the archway of bones to a boundary no mortal has crossed before, one that cloaks a dark and fantastical world that's as dangerous as it is alluring. It's there that he dwells, the cursed lord of Eidolon, the one tasked to keep her hidden from the magehood that seeks to crucify her in the name of an arcane prophecy. Zavander, known to his prey as the Scorpion, is the coldest, most calculated assassin in all of Aetheria, and he'd soon toss his feisty ward to a pack of vicious fire drakes, then keep her safe, if only he could. Mavis' blood is the key to breaking his despised curse and vanquishing the slumbering evil in which now. Unfortunately for Lord Rydane, fate has other plans for the irresistible little enchantress, and his growing obsession with her threatens to destroy everything, including himself. That was so long, but also that sounds so good. But I just need to be in the mood for a long atmospheric fantasy, which doesn't come along very often. We then have Burning Air by Kelsey Forster, which is book 1 in the Serpent Air series. This is like an indie publish, which I think I heard about from someone on BookTube. But it says, step into a world of elite students where 6 realms vie to claim their rightful title as heirs. Amidst the competition, trials, and rivalries, some students seek to steal those legacies, aiming to be the first in their bloodline to rule. 21-year-old Severin Blanche is the last sibling of 5 to keep her family among the powerful list of rulers in Verdonia when she's invited to the Serpent Academy to claim her title as her father's heir, amidst his shattering frozen wards that threatened her home realm becoming a barren land. Failure is not an option, her enemies must become her friends, and impressing the powerful serpents may be more difficult with the malevolent history her last name carries. How far will one go to achieve greatness when a legacy awaits? So yeah, that's not like a very well known book, I know that much. I'm sure I saw it on somebody's BookTube. But that sounds pretty good. I love books with trials. Sometimes they're done well, sometimes they're not. I guess we will give it a go. Next up is A Throne of Broken Gods, which is book 2 in the Gods and Monsters series. I absolutely loved book 1, which followed a demon who was... I actually can't remember. I'm pretty sure she's a demon, but she's like an assassin and she's tied to a demon king or something. And he gets her to like do his bidding. And then she ends up working with an angel or an archangel because children are going missing. And the book is quite a chunky book. And I just loved the dynamic between the two characters and their arcs and like the world building and everything. It was so good. And I don't know why I haven't gone to the second book yet, but I think it's because it's quite chunky. So again, I have to be in the mood and have the time to sit down and read a chunky book. But I will definitely be getting back to that one soon. We also have Reign of Shadow and Endings, which I actually bought physically when I was in Canada last month, which is book 1 of the Legacy series. And it says here, of all the worlds and life they created, the gods favoured their children the most. But with that favour came the fear that their legacy would one day become too powerful and overthrow them. Devrim was created, a realm hidden amongst the stars. The gods gave their legacy the best of all the worlds, and then they left, a sworn agreement to never return and to never interfere. Forced to a life of servitude, the Fae are required to provide for the legacy in more ways than one. Every 5 years, the eligible Fae are gathered for the selection and assigned to serve in one of the 6 kingdoms. To be chosen as the personal source for a kingdom heir is the greatest honour, and for the first time in millennia, all 6 kingdoms have heirs choosing a source. But their selections could tip the power balance a little too far. Tessalin Asura was as forgotten as the realm, but when she finds herself the personal source to the heir of endings, she winds up serving in the darkest kingdom of them all. The secrets within the Arias kingdom are meant to be learned and kept, but this was never the life she wanted. Fighting not only the fate thrust upon her, but the temptation to lose herself to desire, Tessa will do anything to escape her new destiny, until she starts to realise maybe their world wasn't as forgotten as they thought, and maybe she's the reason why. It also says book 1 ends on a cliffhanger, and that there are trigger warnings, so please check those out before you read them. That sounds so good, and also so magical. I'm excited for that one. Another one that I hope to read very, very soon, and I have spoken about in my vlog, is Dungeon Crawler Carl, who basically everyone and their mum is talking about right now, and I just feel like I've got a bit of FOMO and I need to see what it's all about. It may or may not be for me, but I want to give it a go on the off chance that it is. And it follows Carl, who lives in a world where the apocalypse is happening and it is being televised, and him and I guess a bunch of other people have to basically go through these levels of it's almost like a game, and there's levels, and he's got his ex-girlfriend's cat with him. Like, does that even make sense? That actually sounds so quirky, and I'm so excited for it, and I hope it's a fun time and that I enjoy it, because I feel like this could be a new kind of thing for me. It's not something I would normally pick up, but I have seen people say that it doesn't read super sci-fi-y, because that is something that I was worried about, because I don't do sci-fi, and when you hear apocalypse, you typically do think of sci-fi. And then last but not least is The Vanishing Stare by Maureen Johnson. This is the second book in the Truly Devious series. I read the first one towards the end of last year, I believe, and I was very I was enjoying it, but it wasn't, I was struggling to read it because it didn't flow as well as I had hoped. That might have just been me. Maybe I just wasn't in the right mood for it at the time. But it did really intrigue me. The first book follows an academy for gifted people or gifted children. And years and years prior, decades prior, there was a triple murder, I believe. So our main character is very talented and gifted, very smart, and she decides she wants to solve the murders from all those years ago because something funny is happening right now, and she's getting messages from this mystery character. So I was obviously very intrigued by where this was going, so I do want to carry on with the series, which is why the second book is in my Kindle Unlimited library. I actually added it not that long ago, so I am hoping to get to it soon, because I just love me a little bit of a murder mystery amongst all the fantasy, romance, dark romance, you know? So those are some of my Kindle Unlimited like priority books in my library. Let me know what you have in your KU library if you have it, and what you would recommend. I would love to hear. And also, if you've read any of the books that I've mentioned today, even like the weird niche ones, please let me know what you thought, because I would love to know. That is it for me today, guys. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. It would really, really help. I need to quit my day job, please. If you want to see the next one, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the little bell so you get notified. Bye, guys.